guys, I'm here today to chat with you about printmaking, because printmaking in the art room with the elementary age set can either be like a really good time or a hot mess. And lately it's been a really good time, so I thought I'd share some of my little tricks of the trade with you, and I would love to hear some of yours. So I am currently doing printmaking with firsties all the way up through third, and I am using that scratch foam, the styrofoam plates that you can bulk order through art supply catalogs. My first graders, we are focusing on patterns. So we've been talking a lot about how patterns are lines and shapes that repeat. The students were given a piece of foam about this size, actually this is the size, and 2 different color ink pens. They started by drawing horizontal lines. They could be thick, they could be thin, up to you. And then line designs and patterns with repeating shapes and repeating lines were added inside. They did that with 1 color ink pen. They switched to a different color ink pen to go over all of their same lines. And I did this for a couple of reasons. To make sure their lines were deep enough to get a successful print, and also visually for them to see if they'd gone over their lines twice. When that was finished, the kids used washable markers like you see here, and they colored their plates any old stinking way you want to. Once the plates were colored in, they came to my demo table and we did these marker prints. And I'm going to show you how we did these in just a moment, but here's a peek of what they look like. I was really pleased with how these marker prints turned out, and the kids thought it was so magical. So these look fab. The second time the kids came to see me, we did prints with ink and brayers on different color pieces of copy paper. And this is one of those prints. So I walked them through a demo of how to use the brayer and how to pull a successful print. And then they were not up here with me at the demo table. They were cut loose to their seats, where each of them had, with a partner, a brayer and an inking tray. They did about 3 prints in 30 minutes. So they're going to do another round of that today. This time, different tables will have different colors, and I'm giving them permission to move to the different color table so they can have a good assortment of prints, which I think look fab on their own, but we're going to actually use some of them for an upcoming project. I'll be sure to share that with you. Firsties. Second grade, we're also chatting about patterns, but we're focusing on hat and mittens. So again, 2 ink pens, and then they have been also starting to color with the washable markers. This was a print that was pulled just a short while ago from that marker experience, and I just love these. They're so vibrant. I can't believe I haven't done these before. And these guys are going to use these in a self-portrait project. So these will eventually be cut out of this paper, so all of this bleed won't be visible in their final product. Also, they will be doing the ink print too in their following art classes. Third grade, I've shared with you some of the videos I've been playing with for third grade. So they've been doing these cityscapes, and I love the variety that I'm getting from the kids. These I think are really fab, and they actually did these in their 60-minute class period. These 2 children finished a little early. So just to give the kids a look-see of what they would be doing the following class with ink printing. These guys won't do the marker printing. I had them gather around this table, and those 2 children went ahead and pulled their prints. They were thrilled, and it really inspired the kids to go back to their seats and add some more details and designs to their cityscapes. So that's printmaking for the firsties through the 3rd grade set, and I'm going to show you how to do one of these Fabo marker prints. Okay. So here's that plate I was showing you earlier. It's been colored with washable markers like you see above. And when the kids finish these, they come and hang out with me, and we dampen the surface of their piece of paper. Now, you could probably have your older students do this, but I am spraying water on a paper, so it would just depend on how much you trust your students with a water bottle. They also would need to wipe off the excess water with a sponge. I suppose you could just use a dampened sponge for this, or maybe one that's like not dirty like mine. And once you've gotten their paper damp but not shiny wet, the printing plate goes right on top of the surface. And I usually have them flip over and I just hand it to them and tell them to massage their paper. So as they're massaging their paper, they get kind of excited because they can see their design starting to come through. And we can do a little peek to the back to see if it's working. And then once I feel like they've rubbed it well enough, we go ahead and peel it off, which it's so magical. The key is to make sure you don't use really thin paper. This is our nicer drawing paper, not that really thin newsprint stuff. As soon as you spray that paper, if it becomes translucent, don't use it. You want that water to sit on the surface of the paper, not saturate and completely soak through. We found that out the hard way. Once this is done, this plate is pretty clean now. So the kids are usually so excited by how well this print turns out that they usually want to go back, color it again, and come and do another print. However, if you want to then skip to ink printing, you could. Again, you don't have to wash these first. Most of the marker ink has already been removed from it. So there you have it. I hope that takes a little bit of the mystery out of these marker prints, which they were always a mystery to me. So there you go. Okay, so I hope that took a little bit of the mystery out of the marker print thing. I got the idea for that from Don Massey at Shine Bright Zamorano blog. So thank you, Don, because I think those marker prints are awesome. And it was a great way to kind of tiptoe them into printmaking, and then they could ease themselves into ink printing. And if you follow the link below, it's the same process or the same video, I'm sorry, that I showed to my third grade students, which walks them through the whole process of how to have a successful print. I showed that to them, went over it one more time, fielded some questions, and then I just let them loose. So there you go. Printmaking made hopefully a little bit more easier. And like I said, I'm always looking for new tips and tricks. So if you have any, I would love to hear about them in the comments. Anyway, thanks guys, and have so much fun printing.